Hello, welcome to the third episode where we will be adding on to the apartment that we've already started on in the previous episode. So I've done a little bit off camera, but I've also undone some of the work as well. But let's jump into it. Previously, we had done nine floor tiles, which is shown on screen right now, so we can see the nine variations together, and that's kind of in place there just to give an idea of a potential floor plan layout. What I have done since the last episode is I've done a door. Again, this is not a final product or anything like that. It's just an idea of what could be a possible idea for a door on the apartment itself. What I have since done is I didn't like the red tile that was used initially. I did like the idea of bricks though for the wall. So I decided to kind of play on that a little bit, and I decided to make three tiles for that. So this would be wall tile A, wall tile B, and then wall tile C is showing more of that brick. Because ideally I wanted to make it look a bit decrepit, or this was worn down. So it's trying to capture that as best as I can, that this apartment is not good. It's more or less kind of a a shack, if even like a broken person's apartment. It's gonna have a lot of rough items in there, such as worn down furniture, and the apartment itself needs to give that energy or that vibe. So, yeah, those are the three tiles that I have so far. And we have our door as well. Previously, we had kind of settled on this layout. I've gone ahead and put the door in there just to show that this would be kind of like the entrance to the apartment itself. And then from there, we'll have the let me just grab a green or something like that just to show. Like this would be like the wall here. And then I'm thinking maybe of putting like a bathroom or something here. And then we'll have the rest of the stuff filling in here. But for today, we're going to work on getting the wall in place and then going with that. So, much like I did for the floor itself, I'm going to be doing a similar thing for the walls. So this is kind of like that rough layout here, of those three tiles together and what that kind of looks like. I will fix this up a little bit because, again, I was kind of quickly throwing this together, so I didn't quite get everything lining up right. But we can fix that once we get everything in place. And again, I'm going to use like a different pattern for most of it, just so we can kind of get a rough idea of what that looks like. So we might do like two of these. I might actually come in for some of these as well. Actually, what we'll do is we'll put these on the wall frame, just so we're keeping everything together. So if it needs be where I need to get rid of something, if I want to have an overall look at the, I suppose, room itself, I can take away stuff just to add detail or remove detail later. But yeah, what I think I'm going to do is just add in a couple of these. I think the back wall itself will effectively be this variation. So even what I could probably do is I could just put one of these in for now, and we'll just paint this all the same. We'll take out the green kind of slime that's in there, and then what I want to do, maybe down here, I'll just add a little bit more detail to it. Does that look right? Kind of. Maybe here as well. And there. Why not? Okay. Okay. So we have that much done. I need to now take this, and that'll be our base pattern across the wall as a whole. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. I know it's riveting stuff, but just to fill in the wall itself, at least for a couple of tiles. And then my plan is to, with the different variations that we do have, go in and just add more detail to it. Okay, and okay, we've got a fair bit to go, so I'm just going to copy and paste this initially over here. Okay, copy and paste. And again, it doesn't matter too much that this is coming off the screen because we can clean that up a bit. Okay, so that is one done. I'm gonna do it down as far as here. I kind of like the idea of the wall coming to, like, well, say here, and then there's like obviously the wall we can't see looking at this face on, but there's the wall here, there'll be another wall here. When I do plan to, I suppose, break this into like a bathroom area, like we'll say, again, I'll make it a bit bigger so it's easier to see. From, we'll say, like in here for the bathroom area, I might change the wall in here just so it looks different, maybe white tiles or something like that, but I'll figure that out later once we're going through it. And then at least once we have something to grab, I can go ahead and start putting stuff like this into Godot, and we'll have something to put a player into. Because at the moment, I'm not a big fan of placeholders. I mean, they serve their purpose 100%, but it's not for me. Okay, so now what we want to do is, because we have our apartment line, we're going to drag this above it so we can get an idea of where that is, come back down to the wall, and then we'll cut bits out. So maybe we'll take out just right up to that border. Okay, and then cut that out. Okay, looks good. It's a little bit messy right now because it's just a lot of overlapping patterns, but we will put something in there and get a better kind of a shape. So maybe we'll start with the corner. Does that make sense? I need to move the apartment back down because the overlap. Okay, we'll take A, and then we will. Why is that not playing nice? Oh, because I'm on the apartment one. Okay. Okay, so we can see that's it there, and that's it there. So if we put it in there, maybe. And then we have B. I like this one a lot because it's shown a lot of that like worn wall on it almost. I might put that near the bottom. Yeah. Maybe like that. Just a few variations of that maybe. I actually don't like it there. Maybe stick it there somewhere. And then this one is chaotic. I don't know if this one's gonna fit in right. Maybe if I go a bit higher, does that look right? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe if I can link these up a bit. Does that connect to there a bit? Okay. I don't hate that. And then maybe here. Okay, so now it looks like the wallpaper itself, like this blue is kind of peeling away a bit, which I do like. And then maybe we'll put another one of these in. But what I'm gonna do is, before I put that in, I'm gonna go to sprite, and then I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. No. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. I kind of want that from the top view down, like this. Okay. Does that look right? I'll take that out. Maybe I'll just come further this way with it. And then maybe this one again, just to fill in the gaps almost. Okay. I don't hate that. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then we'll take our floor. Let's see, we have floor here. So we can drop this right into it. And then okay. I said in the last episode what I was going to do is tidy up the floor plan a little bit, but I think I might just do that off camera just because it's be easier, rather than sitting here and watch me individually piece those tiles. But my plan is to basically fill out the floor a little bit more like this, and then I'll take variations so that it's not like pattern, 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 and so on. It'll be variation of tiles, so it looks more uniform. And much like I did for the wall, where it's kind of, there's the bits and pieces in there, but then it is uniform for the rest, I might do something similar for that, so that it's, I guess it looks better. Like if it just had this pattern continuing across the way, I don't think it looks right. It looks, I don't know, like it was on purpose, whereas I need it to be a little bit more randomized. So just small little blotches here and there, kind of like that. Maybe we'll stick one down there. No, I'll probably be getting rid of this section anyway if I'm going down a bathroom in there, but it's okay for now. And we'll take this and we'll just copy that down a couple of times just to fill out the floor plan. Okay. Okay, and then and finally just this section here. Okay, now I'm not crazy about it, but it's something, and I'll probably build upon it a bit more once I have an idea of how I want to do the bathroom. So I just kind of want to put a little divider in here for now so I know where that's going. Okay, so this is what we have so far. The wall itself, okay, let me measure this just to get a rough idea. We have, and then down the bottom left I can get a measurement, so I can see that that's 29 by 57. Okay, Let me try and see if I can find. Okay, 29 by 57. Did I read that right? I did not. I was reading something else. It is actually... No, I was right. It's 29 by 57. Okay. So 29 by 57. 29. I have to go higher. Okay. So 29, 57. So, oops. Need to not cut that out. So if I take this, that should... There we go. Should slot right in. And then I think the other side might be the same, but let me just double check. It is not. It's 32 by 57. Okay. Okay. 32 by 57. Okay. Okay, and then what's this? This is 32 by 10. Okay. I'm sure this is probably not the best way to do it, but it's the only way I know how to do it, so we'll take it from there. Okay. Here we have it. It's the wall so far and the floor plan in place. I'll probably change a lot of this around. The more I add to it, I just like having, I suppose, an idea of what I'm working towards. So this is good so far. I might put this as black actually, just so it'll stick out a bit more. I might do 2 lines of that. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I might put one across the top here as well. Maybe. I'll see what way that looks first. No, I don't like it. We'll keep the one for now. I'll have to take a section out of this anyway, maybe for like a door spacing or like an opening, so that it appears there's like a door to get into the bathroom. And then we can work from that. But for now, I think with the door and the walls, I'll save this version of it so I have a good reference point. And then for the next episode, what I'm gonna do is fix up the wall a little bit, because I don't like maybe the excessive pattern. I do like the peeled back layers showing the brick behind it. Maybe I'll take a measurement of this and I'll do it out much like I did the floor tiles. I'll be able to get a better idea then of what way it should look like. And I'll do the same for the floor tiles, where I will be able to do out a better pattern, maybe even more of like a plain tile. So something like maybe there, so it's more clean and it's not cracked, or there's not a what is that even called? I can't even think of it, but there's not just a copy of that everywhere. I'll do it so there's like more plain sections of the floor, and then it has characteristics of scuff marks or cracks throughout, but it won't be overkill. But I do like how it's turning out so far. I do have a character designed already, that I started working on first before I ever started designing an apartment or doing anything like that. So I'll be able to showcase that in the next episode. But yeah, this is it so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I'll be able to show more in the next episode.